What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you find this video well. Um, I'm going to talk about some things that I think is important to discuss, which is regarding scams in the crypto space. And this message is really for the new people who may find interest in crypto and stumble upon this video. You have to really know and understand that the market is very volatile in itself. It's a deregulated market where you have governments and institutions. They're trying to introduce some type of regulation, but you know what? Good luck with that, because just good luck with that. But it's interesting because you have to find where you fit into the space. But while you're doing that, at least have the right information. Study. You have to study. This is about basically doing your own research. In truth, study the information, do the proper investigation so that you could, you know, take calculated risks, because everything is a risk. We wake up and walk outside our doors is a risk, you know. So everything is a risk, and crypto is not void of that. Um, what I want to say is that, you know, just yesterday, I was in a Telegram group, and there was a project that was just launched yesterday, and people were excited about it leading up to it, and it turned out to halt. Hopefully, the people become whole who are in the project, and it's looking like it's scammed out. Now, if you have some type of empathy, you would feel bad, because this is something that it happens all the time, people. This thing happens all the time. That's why I I say it all the time, folks. Like, take some responsibility for your actions and for your money, and just understand what you're getting involved with. Don't just take someone's word blindly. Don't just listen to what I'm saying as far as, whatever, and just take my word for it. You go take the time and to do some fact finding, right? You go take the time and see if what I'm saying is the truth or not. So that way you'll have the right information that's out there, that's going to help empower you, to help you make the right decisions for you, and your loved ones, because this is what it's about. It's about, being free, man. Like, let's call it for what it is. If you have wealth, you have resources, you have assets, you're in a good space. This is about becoming the have instead of the have nots. Okay, this is about understanding, becoming a recipient of the great transference of wealth that's taking place here. There is a transference of wealth that's been occurring for time immemorial, and crypto is bringing the chance and opportunity for those who have not to also become recipients of that transference of wealth. That's why you have government bodies and entities who are frowning upon crypto, who always try to ban crypto, who always try to call crypto being a scam, and they want to put regulations on it. And again, I say good luck with that. Now, with the scams that are out here, there are scammers who are out here. This is what they do, people. In real life, you get scammed outside of crypto. So you'll find it in crypto as well. You have to really be careful. Be careful. One way, like, it's a gift and a curse. YouTube is like a gift and a curse. YouTube is the largest social media platform as far as creating content for content creators. But it's also a curse too, because people just take YouTubers' word at face value, right? So it's like, man, please, like, the viewers. It's for the viewers. You can't listen to every crypto YouTube creator, content creator, and think that they got it going on, like they know what they're doing. I'm not one who's professing that I know what I'm doing. That's why I never try to, like, mislead people and miseducate people. I think before I speak. I've learned through my life it's important to think before you utter one word. Should you decide to speak, let it make sense. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, etc., etc., but I try to really reel in what I'm trying to say and live by what I talk about. Like, live it. And the reason why I'm saying that, many YouTubers don't. They don't care. They just don't. They don't care. They've been in YouTube for a certain number of whatever, however long, and it's like they use crypto as a gambling tool. You know, they use crypto as a gambling tool, and they have the freedom to do that. They have the freedom to do that. The problem I have is when a good project comes along and they talk down on the project. That's where it shows the character. That's where it shows the real character in these YouTubers who are influencers. Because if you at least have one person listening to you, that's better than no one listening, right? If you have one person who's listening to your video, they're listening to your word, that one person may be someone who may very well try to duplicate everything you're telling them as far as what you're doing. And if you end up failing, more than likely, if they followed you, they will fail too. This is where responsibility comes in. I could never say that enough. I could never say that enough for the content creators. There have been content creators, YouTubers who create content and talk about crypto who have left the space. And in my opinion, I think they did a good service. Possibly they realized that, they're not getting anything. They're hurting people. People are basically angry at them. They have a reputation of scamming. So they left. They left the space. That's less worry and a crop of drama that new people don't have to deal with. And folks like myself who've been in the space for a long time, I could help at least give you the information, so not to steer you in the wrong direction, but to steer you in a positive direction. Because this is what it's about. This is what it's about. Because it doesn't feel good when you lose money. We could all understand that. That's a universal language. It doesn't feel good to lose money. That's why I never give financial advice. But I try to keep things genuine and be as real as possible. I make mistakes and I own up to what the mistakes I made, you know. But I'm not gonna, look at projects because there are several good projects that I could think off the bat that, but what's good for me may not be good for you. That's why I don't always talk about certain things. But there's one that is just doing great. If you look at my other videos, you know what that one project is. You know what that one project is, and it's doing so well. It's scary. That's how well it's doing. It's doing so well. It's scary, and that's real talk, man. And then you have people who are in crypto who just don't have a long-term vision. It's about today. It's about right now. It's about this moment, and forget everything else. They just live for today. They just live for today, dismissing the fact that it took you several years to get up to this point, dismissing the fact that this project that I'm talking about or that I like, one of the few that I like, it's taken this project several years to get up to this point. And throughout that whole time, several years, a couple of years to get to this point, that's two, yes. It took a couple of years to get to this point, and throughout that time, that project has not failed one participant. Give it its props. When you have something good, you want to respect it. Oftentimes, people don't know what they have until they lose it. Like, if something good comes across your way, cherish it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what it's about. Cherish it. Like, take care of it. Like, Yeah, protect it. Well, it doesn't need protection because no one can shut it down. So that's what technology brings. But I'm saying, like, my goodness. And even till this day, the good projects, they say Bitcoin is a scam. And I love Bitcoin, but they say it's a scam. So you can't make everybody happy. But there's many who are winning. There are many who are winning. There are many who are winning. And it could be by chance. It could be by luck. It could be by, doing the research. It could be through winning through understanding how things work, right? You understand it and you're taking a chance and you're saying, you know what? I see the potential and the quality, and allowing yourself to utilize it and receive stellar results. Stellar. I mean, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about? We're talking about freedom. We're talking about freedom. When you have something good and then you could start to plan correctly, you could start to plan realistically, maybe even fantasize. Hell, we're human. But that's something that you can't frown upon. Don't throw, rocks at a glass house. For what? Some people treat it like it's a gambling thing. And the problem is you got people who are following you, man, who are doing the same thing. And maybe that's where they're at. That's where they can't go past that point. So respect to them. Because I see it. You can't tell me after being in the space for a few years and watching the patterns, you can't tell me that someone is all of a sudden going to do 160, 180 degree change overnight. And that's because the patterns say otherwise. The history, the track record says otherwise. Some people are just like that. Some people just this won't change. They don't want to change, even though everyone can. If certain developers could really understand that if they really didn't scam, and I'm talking about developers, if they really didn't scam, the likelihood of them succeeding is so much greater. Like, there's some developers that all they do is they look for certain opportunities to pair up with other shady characters, and then they create projects and then they just rob the people. Meanwhile, if you have the skill set to create something that works, imagine what you could receive in the long run, much greater than that short-term bag. That's why they got to keep scamming, keep scamming, keep scamming, keep scamming to get a series of bags, instead lacking the foresight of exercising the 80-20 rule. You put a little bit of hard work, that's your 20%, so you could reap the benefits for an indelible, insurmountable amount of time. That's the 80%. Do the math. Do the math. Do the math, man. It's good to make fast money, right? It feels good. It's exhilarating. Your adrenaline pumps up. You feel good. You're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. How long could that last, though? How long does that last, though? What goes up always has to come right back down. But it's crazy because in the hourglass contract, especially the one solid one that I can think of, what goes up does come back down. But while it's going up, you receive blessings. And while it's going down, you receive blessings. Who does that? That contract does. It's an opportunity, folks. This is an opportunity in crypto. This is like our last shot at being free. It really is our last shot. In my opinion, it's like I don't see anything else right now that can really help change our lives for the better in such a short period of time. I know I've said long term, but crypto can do things that can change your life in a very short period of time. That's magical, man. But it's not make believe. It's real. It's real. This is the last shot. So be wise in what you pick and be wise in what you do. Be wise in, I guess, how you use your money, man. You have your right to do whatever you want. You could piss it away if you want. It's on you. But just be careful, because there's people out there that all they want is your money. And if projects scam, they won't care. And you will be left with a bad experience and the loss of your own hard-earned money. Because there's no recourse. There's no crypto law enforcement in place today that can help you recover and become whole. Take care of yourselves.